The ideal of a pure phenomenology will be perfected only by answering this question. Pure phenomenology is to be separated sharply from psychology at large and, specifically, from the descriptive psychology of the phenomena of consciousness. At the lowest cognitive level, they are processes of experiencing, or, to speak more generally, processes of intuiting that grasp the object in the original. Pure phenomenology claims to be the science of pure phenomena. This concept of the phenomenon, which was developed under various names as early as the 18th century without being clarified, is what we shall have to deal with first of all. Better not sit on a hedgehog if you're naked. Merely fact-minded sciences make merely fact-minded people. All consciousness is consciousness of something. If all consciousness is subject to essential laws in a manner similar to that in which spatial reality is subject to mathematical laws, then these essential laws will be of most fertile significance in investigating facts of the conscious life of human and brute animals. It didn't make me feel sick, it made me feel dizzy. That feeling you get on the edge of a very high place where you feel immortal and fragile at the same time, and I liked it. The work of art must seize upon you, wrap you up in itself, carry you away. It is the means by which the artist conveys his passion. It is the current which he puts forth which sweeps you along in his passion. Children use up the same part of my head as poetry does. To deal with children is a matter of terrific imaginative identification. And the children have to come first. It's no use putting off their evening meal for 2 months. To begin with, we put the proposition, pure phenomenology is the science of pure consciousness. The actuality of all of material nature is therefore kept out of action, and that of all corporeality along with it, including the actuality of my body, the body of the cognizing subject. The angels decided to shine on me for a little while. When a modest man praises himself, people listen. Philosophy is science, as serious, rigorous, indeed apodictically rigorous science. The dream is over. I must achieve internal consistency. Experience by itself is not science. Something similar is still true of the courses followed by manifold intuitions which together make up the unity of one continuous consciousness of one and the same object. Direct the glance of apprehension inquiry to pure consciousness in its own absolute being. Psychologically experienced consciousness is therefore no longer pure consciousness. Construed objectively in this way, consciousness itself becomes something transcendent, becomes an event in that spatial world which appears, by virtue of consciousness, to be transcendent. The CEO of the Cheesecake Factory is now warning that Obamacare will be very costly. Hey, The Cheesecake Factory is one of the reasons we need Obamacare in the first place. Indeed, man only exists insofar as he expresses himself. Music does it in musical ideas. We would be in a nasty position indeed if empirical science were the only kind of science possible. The perception of duration itself presupposes a duration of perception. It just is nothing foreign to consciousness at all that could present itself to consciousness through the mediation of phenomena different from the liking itself. To like is intrinsically to be conscious. It is important to me that everybody who has been hurt know that the sorrow I feel is genuine. First and most important, my family. Also my friends, my staff, my cabinet, Monica Lewinsky and her family, and the American people. I have asked all for their forgiveness. The two hot issues are the gay issue and the abortion issue. These are the two defining issues in the evangelical community these days. I'm sure that these hot buttons will be pushed time and time again. All perception is a gamble. Without troublesome work, no one can have any concrete, full idea of what pure mathematical research is like or of the profusion of insights that can be obtained from it. Just as Manda Lewis's impressions of the world had been informed by her reading, leading her to expect balls, duels, and conveniently timed thunderstorms out of life, so, too, had mine. But what I expected was intellectual commerce between equals. Within this widest concept of object, and specifically within the concept of individual object, objects and phenomena stand in contrast with each other. Without troublesome work, no one can have any concrete, full idea of what pure mathematical research is like or of the profusion of insights that can be obtained from it. Natural objects, for example, must be experienced before any theorizing about them can occur. Philosophers, as things now stand, are all too fond of offering criticism from on high instead of studying and understanding things from within. To every object there correspond an ideally closed system of truths that are true of it and, on the other hand, an ideal system of possible cognitive processes by virtue of which the object and the truths about it would be given to any cognitive subject. I had to philosophize. Otherwise, I could not live in this world. An awkward impasse. No one knew exactly how to say goodbye. A wave. A handshake. A kiss. From the top of the bus she could see the vast bowl of London spreading out to the horizon. Splendid shops with mannequins in the window. Interesting people, and already a much bigger world. In a few decades of reconstruction, even the mathematical natural sciences, the ancient archetypes of theoretical perfection, have changed habit completely. In all the areas within which the spiritual life of humanity is at work, the historical epoch wherein fate has placed us is an epoch of stupendous happenings. I have never thought of a full-fledged career in Bollywood because boxing has never left my mind. But you never know. I think of death only with tranquility, as an end. I refuse to let death hamper life. Death must enter life only to define it.